I heard the story of a young pastor who was knocking on the room door of his senior pastor. The senior pastor did not hear him knock, so he just entered and saw his senior pastor with Calabash on the bed. What are you doing with Calabash? What are you doing with Calabash? Do you understand? And it's so stupid to me. Like, why fake what can be real? With all the jazz and all the foolish things you are doing, washing your eyes, people just genuinely seeking God, they still get the power past you. Are you not ashamed? And then you do 3 years, you die. It's such a foolish contract. But the reason I'm saying it is because some of you enable those kind of, and then your whole life is hanging on a balance. You can't move until one Baba somewhere has confirmed. Okay, you can go to work today, no problem. At your age. Some of you, because of an adulterous heart, it's easy to deceive you. There are many church goers. The moment one strange person wearing white just tells them few information that they could have gotten from Google. Yes. Some of them, yes. Not all of them. Listen, there is negative spirituality. Some people will tell you things that are not anywhere. But some of them research. You don't mind me? Some of them research. And then they are adults. They bath you at your age. At your age, did you not feel ashamed? Do you understand? So when your heart is not on the Lord, it will be hard. Because make no mistake, listen, sometimes the only way you can tell that this spirit is a familiar spirit is by discerning the spirit itself. You may not be able to tell by the message. That woman with the familiar spirit, everything she prophesied was accurate. So if such a person has a church, there will be nothing wrong with the sermon. Are you listening to me? But there are simple ways to catch them. Okay, so this woman, when she prophesied, people must drop money. Those are the simple ways. So any church that places, how can you go and see a man of God, they say you should drop money first, and then your sense did not tell you. Say now, Baba, we don't rebrand. Baba don't rebrand. Your sense should have told you immediately. They say drop money first. A man of God say, you are going through this challenge, I will do it for you. You know that language. Just bring this. Then you are still rationalizing. Samuel warned Saul. He said, don't you know, obedience is better than... Some of you think it's activity that is in the Lord. Is the Lord. It doesn't matter. You went to see a man of God, they say you should enter backwards. You don't enter like this. Then you are still saying, but his sermon, he preaches well. Sometimes you deserve it. They use back, enter. Adulterous generation, no sign will be given to you. So now let me ask you, in your day-to-day relationships, interactions, have you not tried to advise someone and the person did not listen? So has it ever happened that you were tired of advising, the person will not listen, so you stopped? Some of you, that's why God is not answering you. I'm telling you. Has someone ever asked you a foolish question that did not warrant an answer before? I want to help you. Some of you, the questions you're asking, the reason God has not answered is because it's a foolish question. You shouldn't be asking at all. You have no business in that relationship. In your heart of hearts. Then you are still asking God. In your heart of heart. You know. You have no business there. You know. You know. There are some things you don't need divine direction for. You need sense. Let me tell you this. I think I've told you this before. My only experience with what they call one chance. I did not know what it was. I did not know it was one chance. I just entered the cab, body Thomas. And the next thing, the person by my side, the driver started asking him, "What did you put in the boot?" And then, so the car was not speeding anymore. They were reducing. He was about to park. "What did you put in the boot?" He goes, "Please, my Oga." So I said, "Please, you are delaying me. Are you going or I should come down?" So the guy looked at me surprised. He said, "$. There's dollars in the boot." I said, "Are you going or not?" And he said, "Okay, I'm not going." Then I stopped and I came down. So just randomly, I was bringing up with my mom, one thing led to another. And I said, "Oh," and then my mom shouted, "That's one chance." I didn't know. So the reason they caught you, make I tell you truth, Abi, make I not tell you truth. Listen, the reason we need to talk about this is because you can be tongue speaking and still be adulterous. You listen, any God, no matter his name, that offers you money, you will collect. That's the problem. And as long as the devil knows you have a price, that if he should just push you well, you are. He knows. He has seen your moves, because even the small things, small conviction. When you're preparing for exam, you speak in tongues. Then you enter exam and you say, "What's number 2?" You're asking. You are still small things. You compromise for small things, silly things. At your age, what's number 2? Well, just starting. So you see, you have to practice trust in God. Practice it. The Bible says a righteous man sees trouble afar off, hides himself. $. That is not my own. What is my own? See, I had no interest. No, zero. See, at that time, I'm not talking about this. What I'm talking about happened 2011. I wasn't driving a car then. So I didn't have money. But it was not my money. Simple. And when your life is simple like that, there are a lot of troubles that won't come your way. Please, are you listening to me?